The Ant and the Grasshopper. All summer long, the meadow was a symphony of life. The sun shone like a golden coin in the bright blue sky, and a warm breeze made the tall grasses dance. In the middle of this beautiful scene lived a grasshopper named Pip. Pip was a musician and a dreamer. He had a shiny green coat and a tiny fiddle, and he spent his days doing what he loved most, making music. He would hop onto a toadstool, prop his fiddle under his chin, and play the sweetest tunes imaginable. His songs were about the warm sun, the fluffy clouds, and the lazy, happy days of summer. All the other insects would often stop to listen, tapping their feet to his cheerful melodies. Every day, Pip would see a long line of ants marching past. They were led by a stern, hard-working ant named Captain Anthony. Each ant carried a heavy crumb of bread, a plump seed or a piece of mushroom, their little legs straining under the weight. They marched in a straight line back and forth from the meadow to their ant hill under the roots of a great oak tree. "Hello, my busy friends," Pip would call out, not stopping his song. "Why do you work so hard on such a beautiful day? Come and dance, the sun is warm and the music is free." Captain Anthony would pause for a moment, wiping his brow. "We have no time for dancing, Pip," he would say. "Summer will not last forever. We are storing food for the long, cold winter that is coming." "Winter?" Pip would laugh. "That's ages away. Don't worry so much. There is plenty of food and plenty of time." And he would go back to his fiddling while the ants continued their march. The golden days of summer slowly faded into the crisp, cool air of autumn. The leaves turned to fiery shades of red and orange, and the ants worked harder than ever. Pip simply put on a tiny scarf and sang songs about the beautiful falling leaves. Then, one morning, Pip woke up shivering. A cold, white blanket of snow covered the entire meadow. The wind howled, and the sun was a pale, weak circle in a grey sky. There were no flowers, no green leaves, and worst of all, no food to be found. Pip's stomach rumbled with a deep, painful hunger. His fiddle was silent, and his cheerful songs were forgotten. Shivering and weak, he remembered the busy ants and their well-stocked home. He struggled through the deep snow until he reached their anthill. He knocked weakly on their tiny door. Captain Anthony opened it. "Pip," he said, surprised to see the musician looking so pale and thin. "Oh, Captain Anthony," Pip chattered, his teeth knocking together. "Can you please spare a few crumbs for me? I haven't eaten in days. I am starving." The ant looked at the grasshopper with a serious expression. "Tell me, Pip," he asked, "what were you doing all summer long when we were working day and night to gather our food?" The grasshopper looked down at his cold feet. "Truly speaking," he whispered, "I spent the summer singing and playing my fiddle. The days were so lovely, I couldn't bring myself to work." Captain Anthony sighed and shook his head. "You sang all summer," he said, his voice not angry, but full of a sad lesson. "Then you must dance the winter away." And with that, he closed the door, leaving the grasshopper alone in the cold. Pip finally understood that there is a time for work and a time for play, and it is wise to prepare today for the needs of tomorrow.